but I went home this sweater. I think he tempted to switch the book. I went to this game and I completely read next to him. That's how I stuffed him. I'm kind of touched by her story, and like if this was a real person, hopefully don't fall. Sometimes, you know, you just don't want to. Playing in the dark. After the first chapter, I already knew and got my first snippet of who I thought it was, and I was correct. Okay, be quiet, I'm filming a section. Also, this mess is not mine, this is my roommate's, so don't mind me. Hi guys, it's Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. I have been trying to film a sit-down reading vlog for the longest time. It has literally just not worked out in every single video that I've attempted to film. I don't like what I'm filming. I don't like the idea. So we're just gonna start all over with a whole new one. So today's reading vlog is just gonna be a simple get through my physical TBR with me because I did buy a lot of books lately and it's back up high again. So we need to bring that down before my favorite new release of the summers come out. With that being said, I'm gonna go in with a thriller for the first one. This book has been on my physical TBR for a really long time and it's by an author I've been wanting to try anyways. I've been on a romance kick, but I do like to break it up with like thrillers or yeah, usually like thrillers in between the books. So I just finished A Part of Your World. Really like that and I do want to continue on the series. So I decided to pick Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I have Rock Paper Scissors, which is the one that people mostly know her for, but I tried to do Daisy Darker because I don't think that one's more like a winter thriller for me, and this one to me is just like a regular thriller. I don't really know what this is about, so let me read the book. So they're on a small island, and once like a storm comes in, her Nana is found dead, and an hour later another family member like dies, and they're trapped on this island while someone is trying to kill them one by one. Darkers must reckon with their present danger as well as their past before the tide goes out and all is revealed. I'm really excited. It sounds creepy. I love like a trapped, forced like thriller, and I'm really excited to get into her world because apparently she's a really great thriller author. So I'm gonna start reading this today. I basically binged the rest of A Part of Your World today, so I already read a bit, but I really want to keep reading and trying to just read. My goal this year is not even like I have a number on Goodreads, but my goal is just to read as much as I can and get through all my books that I possibly can because I'm tired of having them just sitting on the shelf and feeling like they're going to waste. So we're gonna start reading this today and I'll let you guys know my thoughts once we're a little bit more into the reading. Good morning guys. So my boyfriend is at soccer and I thought that I would read until he gets back to kind of like wait to start my game until he's here. Also, I need to show you guys the books I got the other day on Friday when I went to the First bookstore with him because I don't think I told you guys, but we are doing this thing for Easter where I get him 2 records and he gets me books that equivalent to that much amount. So I ended up getting 4 books from him and they were awesome, and I also bought myself 1 books because it was a little more expensive than the rest, and I'll explain why when I show you guys the haul later. So far we are still reading Daisy Darker. I did get tempted to switch the book, but my goal this year is just to read and get through the physical TBR that I have built up over the years. So by doing this, I'm sticking to my guns with the book I already chose to pick before I went to the shops and stores. I'm about 23 pages in, which isn't much. Right now we're just getting all the characters and we're kind of just having character building and understanding the characters and kind of their family dynamic with one another, and they all just showed up to Nana's like house. Yeah, so far I don't know how much I can say about thrillers or murder mysteries that I read, but so far I feel like I can't really trust anyone except for like maybe the grandma. So I am I'm very excited to read this. I think I explained it earlier, but I love to like read a romance or a different genre, and then I always put fantasies in the middle of like what I'm reading because for me it just keeps my it's a reset for me because sometimes if you read the same genre back to back it just gets straight up boring. So I am really excited to read this, and this is also Alice Feeney's first book that I'm reading by her. So yeah, so far her writing style is so easy to flow through, and I'm loving that about this book. I just need to like get into it because I do feel like I'm on a romance kick, and you know, when you buy new books, you just want to read them. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I have so many books sitting in my dorm room, which I don't have any room to put, and I haven't been back to my dorm since I bought the books, so I have to figure that out. I have just like an itch to read as many genres as I can this year, so that's what I'm gonna try to do, because the first book I read this year, I've only read 3, which is so annoying for me because I love to read and I don't read a lot when I'm at school. The first book I read this year was a historical fiction, then a mystery or like thriller, and then a romance. And historical fiction is actually the first time I ever read one of those. So for me, I'm already starting, and then I have one of the books I bought, I think is like literary fiction, so that's good. And then I just want to have so many different genres on my end of the year wrap up. My goal is every day to read, no matter how much it is, and I read a good amount yesterday, or I just read a little bit yesterday, because Friday I think I read a combination of over like 100 something pages, so for me I needed to just take a breath yesterday. So I only read like 10 pages I would say, but hopefully today, or like right now, because Vicky showed the field, I can read a little bit. So I'm gonna get to reading, and then I'll update you guys when I actually have a plot or like anything update besides just meeting the characters. Hopefully I don't look crazy when I'm reading on the bed, but okay. Be quiet, I'm filming a section. I promised you guys I would give you guys the book haul once I got back to my dorm. So let me show you guys the book I got from books I got from Half Price Bookstore. So first book I got was Main Characters by Hannah Orriston. I do not know if this book is a romance or just like a fiction book. It was in the romance section, but I don't get any inkling of romance in this book, so it was probably placed wrong. But it's basically the one about the two sisters that there's 30 years of family secrets, and the two sisters have never met, and there's one summer that they have to unravel it all after their dad's passing. I thought this book was really, really cute, and also just the concept was different for like a summer read. Then the book that I was dying to get, I needed this book in my hands, and it is No Matter What by Kara Boston. I've been wanting to get into her books, but this one for me, like, as I'm holding it, I feel some type of way. Like, there's something about this book that I really, really, really feel like is going to lead me to a 5-star. Just a little blurb on the back is a traumatic incident tests the limits of love and resilience as the couple fights to rebuild what was broken and rediscover themselves. So, just slow burn, I think, and it really sounds cute. Then I got An Academic Affair by Jodi McAllister. I've heard really, really good things about this, and I think this is a new release for this year. As the title gives, I think it's an academic rivals to lovers book. And then we have The Bright Young Women, which I'm almost certain is a retelling or maybe a telling of Ted Bundy's victims and kind of how that played out when he was around. This is the book that I bought myself, which was a little bit expensive, but I've been wanting this book. It is a signed copy of Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So that really made me happy, and I know it was like kind of expensive, but it is signed by her, and I don't see any of her signed books in Barnes or anything, so I was super excited to see this, and I've been wanting Atmosphere in general. So that's the little book haul we got, and yeah. Today I've been listening to the Daisy Darker audiobook, and I'm still continuing to read it. I like it. We're starting to get somewhere now. And yeah, I do love that this book takes place the same night as everything goes on, like just one night you're reading about. I really like it so far. It's very easy to read, and I do love the audiobook as well. I put on my comfy sweater, and I have nothing to do the rest of the day, So I finally made it to page 164 and I'm going to binge the rest of this book tonight, hopefully. I'm trying to stay off social media and things like that and keep my mind occupied with better and best things for my brain. So I have nothing else to do. I ate dinner and I am really comfy, and yeah, we're just gonna see how much we can read tonight, because we've got to a point where it is kind of going crazy. Things are insane, things are happening, and I'm here for it. But I also think my two suspicions, I have two main ones. I think I'm leaning more towards one of them, and I think that it is correct based off of like literally one line that was said. Kind of getting that vibe. We'll see. This could fool me. I do feel like this book could actually fool me because it's so like complicated that my two guesses may very much so be wrong. So I'm gonna binge the rest of this book tonight, hopefully. This book is 335 pages, so I feel like that's doable. So let's binge the rest of this book together. I'm just getting ready right now for my classes today, and I have a doctor's appointment later. I'm about 100 pages in, so I thought I would give a little bit of an update on Daisy Darker. So we just got to kind of where like the blurb on the back, the synopsis on the back, like leaves off and tells us like kind of the plot of the story. So that's kind of where I just left off. I left off on a big cliffhanger last night, but I just couldn't read anymore. I was reading a lot, and like sometimes, you know, you just don't want to read. So I kind of just put it down and chilled for us tonight, but I am really enjoying it. I feel like now that we are gotten to the main points of the things on the back, so the grandmother passed away, everybody's on the island, and then somebody else also passes away, or should I say maybe gets murdered. So it's really interesting. I have my theories for sure, and I feel like they're trying to pinpoint one of the people specifically, and I just don't think it's that person. I don't. I think it is this one person or this other person, because to me the hints just are there. But hey, I could be wrong, but I'm usually pretty good at mystery thrillers. Like, I've gotten so good now that watching movies, I guess, really fast. And why I say that is because I personally feel like when you are reading a book, you have to pick up on so much more details. It's not like shown to you. I feel like if you see it, it's way easier to spot. But if you're like reading about it, I feel like it's totally different. And so now when I like watch movies or I read thrillers, I can see the little clues that maybe people are just like reading past, like, oh, that was just a little more detail on the plot, a little more detail on the world around us. But like, I feel like everything is intentional when you're reading a mystery thriller or a murder mystery or whatever, or watching them. So it's really fun for me and I love it. I am so excited to like finish this book, see what happens, because I feel like now that it's just like done with the back of the book, I don't know what to expect or what is going on. I also just am so excited to read the new release I showed you guys the other day. So I'm not like trying to rush this book, because it's not like I'm not enjoying the book. I just really am excited to get into like some more spring books, because I feel like this book would have been much better to read in the fall or winter. And right now it's like, it's kind of more wintry, but it's also attempting to be spring some days. So that is all I'll leave with for now. I'll give you guys an update when I'm way more through the book or something crazy happens, and I will let you guys know. Hi guys! Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know if my windows are going to be too loud with the wind, but I finished Daisy Darker last night and I cannot wait to update you guys. So I'll be updating you guys once I'm at a stoplight and the wind isn't blowing. I'm at a light, so let me kind of give the gist of Daisy Ducker and my final thoughts and opinions. It has now been, I finished it last night when I left off with you guys, and I told you that I was going to be finishing the book, and I did indeed finish it last night. It was very bingeable towards the end of the book, but like I stated before, it was a little bit repetitive with the flashbacks to the back chapter until we got to like the final last snippet of seeing her past, and I thought that chapter was I don't think that this book was one of my favorite thrillers, but the storyline and the characters I felt so connected to the point where I think I will always think about Daisy. I will always think about what happened in the story, and I'm kind of touched by her story, and if this was a real person, hopefully don't fall. But if she was a real person, I think I would literally be, wait, hold on, I'm gonna light this up. If she was a real person, I think that I would literally always feel for this girl, and just, there was truthfully something about her that I don't think I will ever be able to forget, and she just has a special place in my heart now, and I think of her as real, but she's not real. But in my head, she's very much so real. So I told you guys I had 2 theories. I was correct after the first chapter. After the first chapter, I already knew and got my first snippet of who I thought it was, and I was correct. There was a second part of the plot twist I could not see coming. I don't think many people probably could, but if you read it back, it's there, and it makes a lot of sense. I thought that was very creative, but it still didn't get me the way that I love thrillers to get me. But I did really enjoy this book, and I'm very happy that I read it. I rated it 3.5 stars because to me, it's not, 4 and above for me is favorites or all-time favorites, and then 3 is average, or I could it wasn't quite a 4, but it wasn't quite a 3, so that's why I did a 3.5. Loved it. And then I showed you guys, I think, walking to the car, my next read, it's going to be Atmosphere. I'm scared, but this is one of my most anticipated books from last year that I wanted to get, so I think I'm gonna pick this one up. It's also a tearjerker heavy, so we'll see, but I'm excited. I might start today. If not, I'm probably definitely gonna start tomorrow. I don't know if you can tell, but it is raining outside. I listened to probably 2 short chapters of this audiobook, and I got 2 chapters in on my own, so I'm probably less than 20 pages in. I hope I can comprehend everything just because it's in the space, it's, NASA in space. So far, it's starting off with things already, which I'm really interested in to learn about and just see how and why this book is so many people's favorites books, or so many people have cried this book. So far, there's already drama or things going on. So I'm gonna sit down and read for a little while today because I have time until around 5. So we'll see how much I can get through this book today. Hopefully my camera doesn't die because it is on low battery. But I did read for a bit today. I didn't read as much as I wanted to because I started to get my headache back today, which I had earlier. Also, this mess is not mine. This is my roommate's. So I only got to page 60 or so, and so far it is so easy to read. I know in the last clip I was I'm concerned because I did have the audiobook at quite a fast speed, and there was a couple terms in the beginning I didn't quite understand. But right now we're going through some of the trainings and things like that she just got into, and I feel I'm understanding everything, and I am trying to decipher all the characters because there's a little group of them that are introduced, and I'm trying to just make sure I know the differences. But otherwise I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I do feel I think I mentioned this earlier, and I don't know if I'm repeating myself. I'm trying to just make sure my reading vlogs are suffice and thorough and has all the information we need. But I feel I could fly through this book. It's seeming very bingeable, and it's quite fast paced, and I'm happy that is the case because I feel this topic could get a little bit difficult for some people to read. I also have no idea who the love interest is. I'm between 2 people, but I'm it could be, because it's not specified in the front at all, and it says unexpected. Joan finds a love she never imagined. So for me, I feel like it might be one of the characters I think it is, but it was not what I was expecting. If you know, you know. And if you don't, if that's not true, I could just sound crazy. But yeah, I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna try to read. I do have like a jam-packed weekend, so I don't even know if I have time to read tomorrow. I might have like only an hour or two. I'll try to listen to this during the time I'm walking to my classes and walking everywhere, so I'm getting ready. So hopefully I will be able to do that tomorrow just to get some reading in. But I made it to like a new chapter. They don't really mark them unless it's like a new thing, so that's where I got. But yeah, I'm so excited to continue reading, and this does feel like 5-star quality because of how quick and digestible this is, and how I'm intrigued, and I love how the group of them, it is so different. They're all so different, but I can imagine them so well and vividly. I remember watching somebody review this book and say that Taylor Jenkins Reid writing style and writing has gotten so much better. I would 1000% agree. The last book I read by her was Malibu Rising. I think I read that now 2 years ago or a year ago, and that one was really good. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like the quickest and easiest book for me to read, and this is just like the way she writes is just awesome, and the way that she describes things, I can perfectly imagine the scenery, the setting. I can perfectly imagine just about everything. So if this is how her writing style is getting, I cannot wait to continue to read more books of hers, because I don't think she's coming out with a new book this year, but hopefully she's coming out with one the year after, because I am obsessed with this so far and I just cannot wait to get more of her. That is also making me want to read more other books. I think the only other book I have by her is Davy Jones and the Six, and I've also heard, yet again, nothing but good things about that. So we will hopefully try to finish this more tomorrow and the rest of the weekend, but I'm jam-packed, so maybe we'll have to postpone this till next week. Guys, I need to update you heavily because I might try to binge the book tonight. It's a little daunting because it's like over 100 pages I have, and it is still like, it's 8:04 p.m. and I do have an early class tomorrow, so I'm still debating if this is the path I want to choose, but I've already read quite a bit today. I have the dust jacket off because if you're reading a hardcover with this on, there's something, I don't trust you. There's something off, I don't trust you. I'm now like over 50%, like slightly I would say. I made it to 190, and guys, I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. This book is so beautifully written. It is so beautiful. I love it. I think I talked to you guys last and I was saying I love it. It's because it's true. And it's just getting much better and just getting better overall. And you're jumping timelines and you're like, what the freak? You're like, oh my gosh. It's just wonderful. And we did finally get to the love aspect, and it was who I suspected. Eating it up. Eating it up. So I'm gonna hopefully try to binge most of this book today, so I can lightly maybe read tomorrow, just because I know in the next couple weeks I probably will not have any time to read as much as I can right now, because I have a couple exams coming up. I have a lot of events coming up. I'm traveling, not like vacations, just to go hang out with my friend for her birthday at a different college. I start work. I have finals. I have last things, award ceremonies. It's so much going on the next few weeks that this is probably one of the few last weeks I have to be able to like sit, relax, read the book. But I do feel like I have such a good TBR lineup like coming up. Like look. Like this is just screaming read me, and I feel like I already know which one I'm gonna read next. So for me, I'm just like, I have the bug to read, so I'm gonna read tonight. Let myself feel all the feels with reading. And yeah, yesterday was really nice. I read outside. It was so beautiful outside and everything like that. So I'm gonna keep reading while these kind of go under my eyes. I need to order some more today, 'cause I'm all out. Yeah, I'm all out. I might see which one I want to order, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to listen to this audiobook a little bit for right this second, just because I think I'm gonna order something, but I am so excited. Guys, I think it's already gonna be 5-star. Like, I'm so honest with you guys. I think it might be 5-star. We have to see how the ending is, but I know people bawl their eyes out to the ending, so if I get to that point, don't worry. I'm gonna vlog it, don't worry. So let me continue reading. My voice kind of sounds like I'm getting sick, and I'm a little concerned for myself. Let's just sit down and read. Stop yapping. So let me put on the audiobook while I clean up a little bit because I'm a little bit messy. And I will give you an update when I'm at the end of the book. Oh my goodness. This really don't work. Oh, okay, let me come back in like a minute or two. Okay guys, I got myself together. This book is a 5-star. I knew it was gonna be 5-star before I even read it, just based on everybody's reviews. And I have the lovely signed edition. I feel so connected to this story. The last page, holy crap. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, all I have to say. If you want to get into like more literary fiction, women's fiction, I would do that. It's just a good book. I don't even care what genre you like, read this book. It is amazing. There are so many, like, I'm connected to all the characters. In the end, it was so bittersweet, but it was such an amazing book. This is probably one of my favorite books I've ever read. She's getting up there. This really knocked Malibu Rising out of the park for me, with the way that I was so connected to these characters, how beautifully it was written. There were so many quotes I wish I highlighted because I don't really tap books, but I wish I did for this story. I think that this even had me look at the moon differently. Like, it's about space, it's about NASA, but it's more than that. You don't get confused on the things. You quite frankly understand what's going on. It's very easy to follow. I love this book. I'm so happy I finished it. I'm so happy I found a copy of it that, like, I feel like meant something to me. Because, like, I don't want to buy a $30 hardcover book for no reason, but I'll buy a $30 hardcover book with her signature in it. Of course I will. Love this story. I probably... Now I feel like no book is going to compare to this book, and I don't even want to pick up another book because I just feel like nothing is going to compare to this. I cannot wait for her to come up with another book. I'm sure it'll be next year, but I do want to read Daisy Jones and the Six soon and all her other ones, because if she can write a book like this, I want to read all her other books. I'll see you guys when I pick up my second book, or my third book for this freaking vlog. I don't have anything to say because this book is so damn good. Like, I don't even know what I want to pick up now. Nothing over there looks as appealing, and nothing will ever amount to this, in my opinion. Whew. I actually had me crying. At first it wasn't hitting me, and then it just hit me. So, shed some tears. I didn't bawl my eyes up. I did shed a lot of tears. Everything gets read. Autobiography right there. I'm gonna go buy all her other books now. Hi guys, it's been a few days later than I last talked to you. We have a new hair, but I need to style it tomorrow, so you'll see it better in another clip. Right now we're just being lazy. But I finished Atmosphere. That was the last book we read, and I went ahead and picked up No Matter What by Cara Bastione. I'm only about 20 pages in, but so far I'm really liking it. Also, it was really funny because the character, the main female character described, is literally me. Like, the way she looks just like me, so I thought it was really funny. My boyfriend is gaming, and I am going to be reading next to him until I have stuff to... I have something to do, so we're going to read just a little bit. But I'm really interested to read this book because I'm pretty sure so what I've gathered from the 20 pages I've read, she and her husband are currently, like, they have fallen out of love right now. So it's interesting to see, and I've never read a story where they have to regain that. I've only read stories where they already have it. So, well, that's not true. I read Before I Let Go, I think that one's called. But it wasn't one of my favorite books, so I really liked it, and I love the way she writes. It's my first Cara Bastione book. Also, like, truthfully, this is, like, probably my favorite cover ever.
Can't look.
Favorite cover ever. So yeah, I'm gonna read until I have to do this one thing later. So yeah, I will let you guys know when I have bigger updates to share with you.
It almost always gets a laugh. My goal here is to effortlessly convey, yeah, I draw vibes. Essentially, this is Halloween, and I'm winning the costume contest. I think. Everyone but me and...
Hi guys, so I have an update for you guys on the reading the last book for this video. So I have been studying my butt off and I've been super duper busy, and I will continue to be busy the rest of this week. But today was really nice outside, so I decided to go to the beach near my school and study here. I studied, I feel good, I feel confident, and I also have the rest of the day to study. So I started to listen to the audiobook of No Matter What. I'm on chapter 4 or 5 now, so I'm still fairly new into this book, but I wanted to give a little bit of an update. So I think I gave a slight update before, but I just have like a new thing I wanted to say. I actually really like Ross, I think is how you say her name, and she reminds me of Amelia Shepherd from Dr. Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy. She is so, I don't know, if you know Amelia Shepherd, you just know how her demeanor is and how she talks and like how kind of like sporadic she is. Like at one moment in time, she was like figure painting and she started thinking about her husband because there's like a nude one. She started thinking about her husband. She's like, okay, and why are we thinking about that? Like, it's like very funny, and her demeanor is very Amelia Shepherd coded, and I really like it. We haven't had too much update on the like whatever the accident is. We haven't had much update besides like a little bit about the husband, so I'm very intrigued to kind of see how it all ties together again. But I can tell she's like wanting to like discover herself, and she's like, fuck this, like I'm tired of like always like sitting there. Like he like texted her something and was like, I need to tell you something, and she like sat there all day like super worried about it, and she's like, I'm tired of doing this. So I think we're gonna start to see her kind of changing in that way, and I'm really excited to see her develop. And I'm also kind of inspired because I have been wanting to like do more with my life, because I'm 21 and I feel like I could be doing a lot more. So I'm gonna take some notes, and I think it's like kind of inspired me to start making like bucket lists for myself, not just for like what I do with my boyfriend, because I feel like a lot of the time I only want to do it with him, but I'm like, I can do it for myself. Like today I went to the beach all by myself. I've been here for like 2 hours now, completely by myself, and it's okay to do things with your girlfriend, it's okay to do things with your boyfriend, and it's okay to do things by yourself. So I think I'm gonna make a bucket list to do, and do it with whomever, myself, my friends, my family, my boyfriend. And yeah, because usually I don't know why, I don't know if anybody can relate, but I always just want to do it with him, and I feel like I can do it with literally anybody. So I think I'm gonna make one of those soon. And then also I want to try to do something new every single month that I've not done before. So yeah, one of them can't work out because I did want to do a pickleball tournament for the first time, but I cannot go with my partner, and that is what I was like gonna be doing. So I was like, okay, I will maybe figure out something else to do for the month of May. April, I'm letting myself finish school and worry about that, because I also start my work the day after my finals. So yeah, but I want to start doing new stuff and doing something new every single month, as well as complete my bucket list. So that's my gist and my spiel for right now. Hi guys, so we have finally finished the last book of this reading vlog, and I decided I'm going to talk about it. I literally just finished it and I have a lot to say and talk about. So it's going to be inverted, I'm sorry about it, but this is obviously what we were reading, which was No Matter What by Kara Bastone. I really liked this, but I do have a lot of thoughts for why it will not be a 5-star in my opinion. I think this is a 4-star, and it will always kind of hold a special place in my heart, to be honest with you guys. I love that both of them were doing things to kind of better themselves and obviously be better after the accident that they had. I really enjoyed both of their like niches, or like what they were doing to get better, and I loved how it affected them and how much better it made them. And I thought it was really cute to see someone go through something and heal through it, even on their own and with their partner. I think the ending was so sweet, and I loved how it wrapped up. I loved the writing. I loved the like storytelling and where the setting was. I loved all of that, but there was one thing that is hindering it from being a 5-star. I did not really love that. Okay, I'm gonna like kind of get personal here. My boyfriend is he doesn't know how to communicate his emotions as well as I do. I can blab about anything I'm feeling, no matter what it is. I can talk about it and know that no matter what it is, it's okay to say it. I don't know. I just blab about everything I feel. Good, bad, sad, happy. It doesn't really matter to me. I will always blab about it. He's so different from that, so we have our like relationship thing. So that's why I did feel like a personal connection to Roz and Mr. Vin, because I felt like it was like kind of seeing me and my boyfriend in a very extreme way. But I feel like the characters described the way they looked, everything looked like me and my boyfriend, etc. So I really like this book for that as well. But they both just couldn't talk to each other about how they were feeling, which caused most of the issues, and I just don't know how you can't not say it. So for me, it icks me out and it makes me kind of upset, because I'm like, how can you not say that? How can you not talk to him about that? How can neither one of you ask that question that you were both like waiting to like hear about or ask? It blows my mind. So I was like kind of getting annoyed, and kind of took me a while to read this in the middle of it because of that. I needed them to talk so bad, and it kind of like bothered me most of the time. I know it's very realistic, and like given how their characters were described, it makes sense. But still, I think if you're married or even dating, how can you not share your internal feelings and just assume how one another feels? It just was really weird to me, and I was like, I don't love that. Not to say that I hate this book, I really liked it, but that's why I feel like a little bit of disconnect from it. I've heard that this is similar to another book I have, my physical TBR, called You Deserve Each Other. So I feel like once I read books that will cleanse this palette of mine, I might pick that book up just to see how it compares and see which one I prefer, because I don't know, this not speaking thing was really bothering me. But I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I think the way it wrapped up, and I definitely want to try her other books. This is my first time reading one of hers. But yeah, I really like it. But there's like a little ick for me that I'm like, how can you just not speak to each other? That's just me though, because that's how I am. I talk about everything, especially to the people I'm close with. I will not shy away from sharing my opinions, my thoughts, my questions, anything will be shared. You will always know what's going on in my mind. So that's my little wrap up. We read some good books in this reading vlog, and it's taken a while to film this. I think I started filming this in either February or March, and it is now May 2nd. Given I was at school and things like that, so I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a break on that. But yeah, hopefully you will see this soon, because now I'm starting my internship, so I will be very busy. But hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. I want to film more this summer. I want to film more in general. I always say that, but like I really do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what your final opinions and ratings were on the book, and leave some ideas down below what we should do next. Bye guys.